Good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Today, we're going to be taking a look at Hermes Agent again, and we're going to be seeing how to set the whole thing up for less than 15 bucks a month. So you're going to have your sessions, your models, your cron jobs, and all that in this nice little dashboard that you see right here, and it's going to be hosted in your VPS. As you can see, this one right here is hosted in my own domain name, actually. So what we're going to be seeing today is, first of all, we're going to be seeing how to set up Hetzner for $5 a month, which is going to be your VPS. Second, we're going to see how you can set up Minimax for $10 a month, which is going to be the model that is going to power our Hermes agent. And third, we're going to see how you can set an AI agent to set up your VPS to use Hermes without you having to get your hands dirty. So without any further ado, let's actually get right into it. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is how to set up Hetzner. Of course, there are many other options. I'm actually going to be making a video about how you can host your AI Hermes agent in Hugging Face infrastructure, which is also super cool. In this case, I'm going to be showing you how to do this on a regular VPS that you can find online. There is Hetzner, of course, there is OVH, there is DigitalOcean. There are many different options that you have available. In this case, I'm just going to be using Hetzner just as a quick demo, and you're going to have to create your own account, log in, and once you are logged in, you're going to see right here your default project. What you're going to want to do is create a new server. So you're going to go right here, and you can, for example, create a resource right here, create a server. And the one that I would recommend that is actually more than enough for most of the things that you're going to want to do is go to the cost optimized one. And well, I don't have any available right now. There is some lack of availability, to be fair. So there is 4.79 euros per month. This one right here is the one that I was thinking and suggesting for you. If this is not available for you, you can always go to OVH Cloud. And as you can see right here, OVH Cloud also has really good VPS servers for also about $6 a month, which is also great. And these ones are actually even more powerful. So this one's right here, we have 8 gigabytes of RAM and 4 cores for $6. And on this side, we had 4 gigabytes of RAM and only 2 cores for $5. So there you go. I mean, these are just two options that you have. And what I would encourage you to do is to just select any that is available. In this case, I'm just going to go for this one for $10. And you're going to have to create your own SSH keys. I have another video, which is a more detailed video on how to set the whole thing up. The link is right here in the description if you prefer to take a look at a more detailed step-by-step instruction on how to do the whole thing. But just remember that you also will have to add some cloud configuration right here. I have the cloud configuration that I use linked in my description right here. And once everything is done, you're going to have your VPS running for about $10 a month, which is, well, usually $5 a month is more than enough, but in this case, it was not available. So once you're done with that, let me now show you how you can get your Minimax plan for $10 a month. All right, so now I want to tell you a little bit about Minimax, which is probably the model that I would recommend the most for models like Hermes or OpenClaw, precisely because it is very good and also very affordable. So what I would recommend is that you get actually the token plan, which is the one that I use most often. So you can go right here to token plan. And as you can see, they have different pricing tiers. The lowest tier is $10 a month, which is absolutely more than enough than you need for running Hermes. This is the one that I actually have. And as you can see, it is enough to run 1 to 2 concurrent agents, meaning either Hermes or OpenClaw, for example. It gives you access to M3, which is their new LLM, with a 1 million context window, and it is natively multi-model. And in case you're not familiar with the token plan is actually pretty cool. It is kind of a Codex or Cloud Code subscription, but it does not come with a Codex or Cloud Code product. It's literally just the tokens that you can put into any AI assistant that you want. So you can put it into Hermes, you can put it into OpenClaw, you can put it into Pi, for example, if you like the Pi coding agent. And it works just great. Like, I have never run out of tokens with my 10 buck subscription right here. And to show you a little bit about the actual usage, you can go to the console right here, and here you can see that I have my plan usage. And as you can see, I am nowhere near the quota, and I have been using it for the past 5 hours almost constantly because I've been setting up my Hermes agent and stuff. So this is incredible. In my opinion, I really, really recommend that you go for it. So that is in case you're going to really be using your agent a lot, because this is just going to cap your expenses at 10 bucks a month. If you're not going to be using it a lot, I would actually encourage you to use this through an inference provider on their API and pay per usage. And the way I like to use my open source models on inference providers is directly via Hugging Face. In case you are not familiar with it, Hugging Face has this inference available filter, which allows you to filter only the models that are available via direct API, so that you don't have to sign up to any third-party system. So right here we can, for example, look for Minimax M2.7, which was the latest one that we have here. M3 should be dropping here soon, by the way. And right here, you can see that it is on inference providers, which basically means that you can call it with an API key. And that's exactly what I would recommend to you. So these are the two options. Now, once that is done, let's actually set the whole thing up with our AI agent and set Minimax and Hetzner. All right, so as you can see right here, I am already connected to my VPS via SSH. Feel free to take a look at the other video if you don't know how to do this. Basically, you just create your SSH key, upload it both to your VPS, and also you set it up locally, and then you can just do SSH and then connect to your VPS. And right here, right now, I am within my VPS, and I already have Pi installed. And actually, this one right here is already up and running, and I have a couple of skills, as you can see right here. And what I did when I created this VPS and I set it up, actually, is I created the whole thing via this skill that you see right here. So here's the trace that I used. As you can see, all that I did was I asked my Pi agent, help me set up this VPS. The current user has sudo privileges, because this is how I set up my Hetzner VPS from the start. And as you can see right here, here is the skill that I loaded. And I basically just copied and pasted it. And the skill is right here in my skills right here. So you can go to skills. This link is, by the way, in the description. So here it's the Hermes VPS setup. And this skill will tell your agent to set up the whole thing for you. So you only have to answer questions to your Pi agent whenever it needs more information. So it sets up the entire thing. It secures your VPS with a nice firewall and disables root SSH login, enables fail to ban, some very standard VPS security things, and installs the runtime dependencies and guides you through your Hermes setup. So it is pretty useful. I would definitely encourage you to use it. And it also includes a section on how to prepare a GitHub remote backup. And also somewhere right here was a setup to create your DNS records with Caddy. Yeah, somewhere right here it will also ask you to create some DNS records to create your own, to have your Hermes hosted in your own domain name. And basically that's all I did. I edited the whole thing, and when it asked me for my API key, all I did was I entered my Minimax API key that I got right here. Remember to use the one from your subscription, not the one from the pay-as-you-go. Otherwise, you will be charged for every single token. And in this case, the idea of this plan is precisely to cap your expenses at 10 bucks a month. So I would definitely encourage you to use the token plan. Or if you want to just test it first and maybe even test some other models in parallel, you can use Hugging Face Router. With the inference providers thing right here, it will allow you to just switch to any model on Hugging Face just by selecting Hugging Face as an inference provider, clicking right here, going to access tokens, and then creating a new VPN, a new access token, and right here you just select make calls to inference providers to make sure that you can call inference providers through Hugging Face. Okay, so there you go. This is a very quick video. If you want a much more detailed and thorough step-by-step instruction, click on the link in the description for the longer video, which is also in this playlist. And without any further ado, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for watching.